I had a thing. I went to this music festival called Shambhala, and it was really great. It was fun music festival, but like drugs were legal there in Vancouver at this thing in the sense that the police didn't care, and you could buy drugs off a menu there.
What was on the
People
menu?
literally everything cocaine. Like there's one person that came by, like an Asian girl that came by that had like a cocaine menu.
That's cool.
And yeah, with all this, and they had these crazy like $500,000 spectrometer machines at the festival. So like, let's say
That's
you
so
found,
cool.
let's say, let's say you find something on the ground, you could bring it to them and be like, "Oh, I found this powder," and they're like, "Sure, bud," and then they open it up and they're like, "Okay, so it's like 15% coke, 60% meth, and 7% yada yada," and it's pretty much this is like what cocaine. This is like street coke. Do you want to? How do you want to consume it? If you want to do it through your nose, we'll give you a snorter and we'll break it up for you. You could also drink it. It won't be as good of a reaction, but it still could whatever. You could bring like a pill there and be like, "Hey, can you break this pill up into 3 equal pills?" And they're like, "Sure." And I remember like we brought this pill there and they like broke open the pill and they're like, "Hey, this pill's really made phenomenal. Whoever this dealer is, if you look at this here, this is a purple pill with his insignia here. We weren't able to open this capsule.
Do you see how this has Bart Simpson imprinted on the side of it? Now that's quality.
Yeah, the guy that's talking, he's like wearing like a lab coat, but he's also a full colorful hippie under it because he this is just his shift here now.
Dr. Dan.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, like when we had to open this capsule, we had to break it open. And he was like, that's a good thing because like this dealer obviously values his drug and it's a good drug and he doesn't want other people to buy it, break them open and fill it up with garbage and have his logo, his Bart Simpson logo, being spread around town with a shit drug in it. So they're like, oh yeah, so it just is a good product right here. And this is 90 milligrams of very intense Molly, MDMA. We could break it up into 30 milligrams for you, and then they'll put them in capsules and stuff. And when people bad trip, like they come and guide you over to this place that's like nice so everyone can chill, and it's like it really like their harm reduction is intense. And this is Vancouver. This is like outside of Vancouver. This is BC. This is where the place in Canada. Remember, like a couple years ago, they were selling cocaine legally. You could buy an 8-ball from the government. legally, they tried that
What's
for like
going on
3
up
months.
there, brother?
I see what they liked about Trudeau now. That's
They had the, if you went to a bar, you can go there now. You can go to a bar and then pay an extra $5 for your beer, and they'll give you a whippet, like a little NOS can at the bar. Yeah, BC, like the drug stuff, like rave culture in Canada is like pills, drugs, whatever. But then like when I went to Burning Man or I'll go to like rave type stuff in the US, it's very alcohol focused. And that's a major difference with Canada is there's way less drinking at these things. There's far more like people would sooner, bring mushrooms in their drink or like hide something or whatever.
Well, if you think about it, I've never even heard of like that access to the mass spectrometer like that. That's safety.
Oh, I thought you were joking when you were like, "Oh, cool," because I thought you were joking.
That's
I'm like,
cool.
they have a spectrometer there.
No, that's an expensive piece of machinery. Like
It is okay. I thought you were roasting me.
No, I think that's really fucking cool. That is the reason for the more alcohol use here than all that drug use there is because you know what's in a Miller Lite or you know what's in a bottle of vodka, but you see a white pill and it's like, fuck, is that fentanyl? Is that cocaine? Is that an upper? Is that a downer? Is that going to kill me? Is it going to make me horny? Like, what's it going to do?
Yeah.
Whatever that guy says.
I could die.
And like when people were leaving that festival, they would like on their way out, there's the police there, and the police like look at you and they're like, yeah, go turn back around, go back in for like another 6 hours. But they weren't putting that on
You're not done.
like you weren't getting in shit. They were just like, no, you thought wrong. And it was like there was no lying. There was no like sneaking by it. It was like turn back around, you're not going on the road. And like so there's just like not a lot of people leaving fucked up. People were very serious like the night before staying sober. And it's kind of like sometimes when people have the choices, not always, but sometimes when they have the choices, and I'm not saying sell 8-balls, have the government sell 8-balls, but like if people have the choice, like they were tending to do the right thing there. And it was really interesting to me because it would have never been like that. This is
I'm
a
all
picture.
for that at like a festival like that for sure. Like,
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
not the government maybe sell. I mean, if I'm being honest, there's enough libertarian in me that I'm like, yeah, the government should sell the 8 balls. That way we know they're safe. I like that. Just don't tax them too much.
Yeah, and this is a picture of me from Shambhala.
What the fuck, bro?
Let's see.
Me having a very peaceful time at Shambhala.
I'm glad you spent.
Pull this picture up. Pull this picture up, please.
What a mad dog.
That's why people are like, "Hey, I'll go check out Epic Mealtime. Oh, he's live on Twitch." And then,
I can just imagine that a cop saw this face and was like, "You're not done.
Go back.
Go back in there."
and I'm there sitting in an invisible car, like not actually in a car, but I'm
Well,
pretending.
your eyes went wonky, brother.
Your
My
eyes-
God.
That's because you know what? At that moment,
Yeah.
if you when I was there, I was like, and I remember it very clearly, like it was actually me that I was there, and I was like, someone's got to take my picture. I'm feeling crazy right now. I at that time finally like really understood everything about life. I felt like I was surfing the time-space continuum, and
you are?
actually. Like literally everything, like the most. I was blasting. I was blasting everything.
Were you candy flipping?
Ketamine consistently though. Ketamine consistently.
I was gonna ask you about ketamine because as people know, I've dabbled with prescribed ketamine, and I do have life figured out for a short while.